you want to feel better with yourself, then work on that. But don't compare yourself. They have their life, you have yours. They have their shine, you have yours. There's no comparisons. Two different people, two different lifestyles, two different upbringing, two different culture, completely different lives. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you are already part of the tribe. I want to take this few seconds to tell you that I am so appreciative of you guys. I am so grateful and thankful for you, all of you. We are already 700 people subscribed to this channel, and that may sound like a little bit, but it means so much to me. I cannot even describe it into words because it takes a lot of work, and I am just so proud. I'm proud of us as a team. As you can see by the title, today I'm going to share with you guys 5 self-love habits that has changed my life. And I don't mean micro changes, I mean big changes in my life that has gotten me exactly here, right here in this front of this camera and talking to you. The first thing I learned once I started my self-love journey is that I am exactly where I need to be. I find that once you get over a certain age, whatever that age may be to you, for me it started happening like after my 24th birthday. I started to feel as if I was just letting time go by. Like by then I should have had much more than I had at the moment, and I should have been so far along in my life, and I should have achieved certain goals. So I would always belittle myself. I would always talk down to myself and just not be as appreciative and as like supportive of myself, you know. So just I was really hard on myself for not being where I thought I should have been. And I want to say that it is so important for you to realize that every step of the way counts. Even if you're not exactly where you want to be, even if things feel so hard for you right now, believe me, there's a lesson that you're going to learn in that very moment that's going to help you down the road. When you get to where you want to get, this lesson that you will learn in whatever situation you're in right now at this very moment, believe me, you will use it later on. You will. And you have to believe that in order for you to make peace with that. Why? Because we can truly be our worst critics, and we don't need that. As I mentioned in my previous video, we need compassion from ourselves. We don't need to belittle ourselves and talk back to ourselves. So remember, where you're at is where you need to be. This very second means something that you may not even realize, that it may not make any sense to you now. But once time goes by, as life continues to happen, you might catch yourself like, that's why X and X and X happened. Or wow, had this not happened, I would not be as intelligent, as resilient, because hard times is what makes you the strongest. Seriously. Self-love taught me to accept myself just the way I am. By accepting myself, that did not mean that however I was at that time was okay. It just meant that that's who I was at the moment. Whatever I had to do, whatever I had to change in myself that I wanted to change, whether it was spiritually, whether it was mentally or physically, I had to work on it. But first, I had to accept myself for who I am. This is who I was at the moment. Then I started to realize all the things that I wanted to change, things that I knew wasn't the kind of person I wanted to be. So I started working on that, because if I don't want to be that way, there's probably people around me that wish I was different in a positive way. For example, there was a time in my life I would talk without actually thinking. And along the way, I might have hurt some people that I don't want to hurt. However, I felt like there was nothing wrong with being honest, and there isn't anything wrong with being honest. However, in the way that we speak and how we say things can truly hurt those around us. So that's one thing that I changed. I wanted to change the way I spoke and think before speaking, because I didn't want to hurt anybody else around me, because that's not who I wanted to be anymore. So I made sure I took the steps necessary, which it doesn't end. Self-love is a lifetime journey. It doesn't happen overnight. So when I realized that I wanted to change that about me, I did what I had to do and I changed that about me. So again, accepting yourself for who you are doesn't mean you get to remain the same or you should remain the same. It means you accept it. It means you figure out what is it that you want to change. If there's something you want to change about yourself, and take the steps necessary. Self-love has also taught me to be mindful of my thoughts. We can be so hard on ourselves, as I mentioned previously, and it's really important to be mindful of how we talk to ourselves within our mind, how we refer to ourselves in our thoughts, how we think of those around us, how we think of our future, how we think of our life. Our thoughts are very powerful. What you think, you start to believe. So start to think positively, even if you don't see that right now. But you having that belief and that faith that everything will be okay, or that things will turn out the way you will like them to turn out at some point. Because here's the thing, it's so easy to think, oh, I want X and X to happen, or I want this to happen this way. And then we see that it doesn't happen the way we want it to, and then we feel like it's all like going down the drain. But sometimes it's not going to happen when we want it, not at that very second, but it can still happen. Whatever it is that you want in your life, whatever it is that you're working on and it may not be working for you right now, it can still work. It can still happen, which is why positivity is so important. Be mindful of your thoughts and try to keep positive thoughts. When you realize you're thinking negative, catch that and think of something else. You don't want to entertain negativity, not in your life, not in your thoughts, not with your actions and your behavior. Self-love has definitely taught me to stop comparing myself. It's so easy to compare yourself, especially with social media. But I want to remind you that social media, it's really all that it is. Social media. That picture and that video, it's all being filmed and captured in perfect lighting and perfect angle so it can look as perfect as it does. Don't believe everything that you see online. And let me tell you, a lot of what you see is not true. People do not, many people, because some do, many people don't show you their lows. Therefore, I learned to stop comparing my lows to other people's highs, because that's all you get to see online. You get to see their high when they have their makeup on, when they have their hair done, when they're dressed so beautiful, like fashionably nice. We can't keep comparing ourselves to those people, because it's one, we don't know what happened behind the scenes, and two, that's kind of an insult to you in your life. Wherever you're at right now, you've worked hard to be there. Wherever, right? Because life has a lot of uncertainty, and there's a lot that's out of our control. However, we are in control of ourselves and what happens internally. Stop comparing yourself to anything, period, much less to what you know little of. Okay? And work towards what you want. It's great to see other people and admire their success. I admire what they look like. If you want to look not like them, but if you want to feel better with yourself, then work on that. But don't compare yourself. They have their life, you have yours. They have their shine, you have yours. There's no comparisons. Two different people, two different lifestyles, two different upbringing, two different culture, completely different lives. The best thing I've learned through self-love is that no one is responsible for my happiness. No one is responsible for my happiness because only I am in control of what happens inside. Think about it. When things happen outside of us, we are in charge of our reaction. When things doesn't happen outside of us the way we want, we are in charge of our happiness. That goes with everything, with a job, at school, with your partner, with a friend. If you get betrayed by a friend, if you get cheated by your partner, or it just simply doesn't work, if you keep having arguments and disagreements in your family and your close friends, we are in control of our reaction. We are in control of our emotions. You have to figure out what makes you happy. So if you're in a relationship but you're not happy, you know you're not happy. Find out what makes you happy. If you aren't happy at home, find out how you can make yourself happy. What is it that has to change to make yourself happy? You are responsible for your happiness. That's what I learned. I learned that I am responsible for my happiness. I realized that I was always very serious. I talked about this in another video, and I didn't want to be that way. So I found out, what is it? What was the problem? What's the problem? Sometimes you are really so focused on what you don't have that that alone makes you unhappy. Figure out what is the problem. What is that you feel like it's holding you back? What is it that's not letting you be present, be in the moment, and enjoy the moment? You have to dig deep. You have to figure out what's missing. Haven't you noticed that there's people who have everything? Or at least to me, what seems like everything. They have family, they're good financially, they have friends, they even have a partner. You feel they have everything they need. Like, why aren't they happy? And you know how you can tell when someone's happy? By their demeanor, the way they treat others, the way they are in general. So, have you noticed someone that you feel they have everything that they should be grateful and happy for, and they're not? It takes awareness. It takes awareness to realize, like, there's something really missing in my life. There's really something that I need to work on. Something's got to change. Which is why self-development is important, why self-awareness is important. You have to be aware of who you are, what you do, what you bring to the table. Sometimes it's not others. Sometimes we have to take that time to look inward and figure out, how can you become a better person? And to me, that's what self-love is all about. Loving yourself, being honest with yourself, accepting yourself for who you are, being aware of your thoughts, being aware how you treat yourself, how you think of yourself, how you treat others and those around you. Self-love has changed my life tremendously. Like, self-love has been everything to me. I would not be here without self-love. The moment I decided to start working on myself was the moment that I decided to start creating YouTube videos, because I realized there's a lot that I know. I might be in sociology and I learned a lot. Sociology has to do with society, but I did take a lot of psychology classes, and I learned a lot about us as individuals. I read a lot of motivational books, and they have opened my eyes so much. I'm so grateful for starting this journey, this lifetime journey, because it doesn't happen overnight. That's all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video and you enjoyed it, don't forget to like it. Like the video, comment down below if there's anything you would love to share with us, and don't forget to subscribe. If you're not already part of the tribe, don't forget to subscribe. If you're into self-development, if you're into becoming the best version of yourself, if you want to work on yourself, if you want to be in control of yourself in terms of having your power, taking your power back if you feel you no longer have it, then this channel was made specifically for you. Join the family, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the bell. That way you get notified the second I upload. Thank you so much for watching again. I appreciate you and I appreciate your time, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.